Nobody believed Mama when she said, God always comes through, even when it seems impossible. But the day I lost everything, that became the anchor that saved my life. I didn't know it then, but God was about to use the darkest moment of my life to prove everything Mama had been teaching me since childhood. I had just lost my job. The bills were piling up, my rent was overdue, and every day felt heavier than the last. It felt like life was closing in on me. I couldn't see a way out, and fear of failure gripped me so tightly I could barely breathe. That evening, I went home exhausted, ready to hide my tears, but Mama was already there, standing by the sink, her eyes soft but strong as she wiped the dishes, almost like God had whispered to her that her child needed comfort. Sit, child, she said, patting the chair beside her. Tell me what's troubling you. I poured out everything: the job loss, the debts, the hopelessness, the fear. Mama listened quietly, nodding gently, never interrupting. When I finished, she dried her hands, turned to me, and gave me that warm, reassuring smile that made the weight on my chest loosen. Fear is only heavy if you carry it alone, I wanted to argue, and you're not alone. We serve a God who never forgets his children. Even when the road feels dark, his light is still shining. He can turn your mess into a message and your setbacks into stepping stones. I wanted to argue, but her calm confidence washed over me. Then she reminded me of all the times God had carried us through. Our tiny home we somehow kept, the long walks to school, the sickness we survived, the days we had nothing but still ate. Did he fail us then? She asked. I shook my head. And he won't fail you now, she said firmly. The next morning, Mama and I sat down with my laptop. She brewed tea, held my hand, and said, let's pray first, then plan. God works, but we must act too. Her prayer wasn't just words, it felt like strength entering the room. As she prayed, something shifted inside me. Fear didn't disappear, but it stopped controlling me. For the first time in weeks, I felt hope rise again. By the end of the week, I had applied for jobs I never thought I deserved. Whenever doubt tried to creep in, Mama would say, walk in faith. God does not open doors halfway. Then one morning, my phone rang. A new opportunity: better pay, better environment, better growth. I almost cried. Mama's prayers, her words, her faith, everything she taught me came alive that day. That night, we sat at the table, laughing over our simple dinner. The air felt lighter. Mama looked at me and said, you see, child, God's timing is perfect. He may not come when you expect, but he comes exactly when you need him. Fear will visit, but don't let it settle. Let faith lead. I smiled because, for the first time in a long time, I truly understood her. And that night, I went to bed feeling safe, held, and reminded that God never abandons his children.